What's up? We're here at a Seattle Regionals with Connor, who has just won another. How many lab bats do you have, Connor?
This is now my second one.
Okay, only 2, but still impressive stuff. And what were we playing?
I was playing Twilight.
Oh, very cool. Twilight and Edison. Let's see it.
Yeah. All right. So.
Actually, do you know what you played against?
Yeah, I played against a like an assault mode hero brew. It's actually quite a good deck. He played assault mode both games. I'll tell you how I won in a moment.
Sure.
I played against Mirror, and then I played against Glad Beast, which is a bad matchup, and I still pulled it out too well.
Nice. Cool.
All right, so what we have here is we got, of course, the 2 JDs. We got...
Whole teas today.
Yep, this deck's my baby.
Yeah.
Put a lot of love and care into it. Yeah, 3 of the good Lightsworns. It's your opener, it's your back row remover. This is good at pretty much any point of the game, so you run 3 of these. For the 2s, Double Celestia, Double Wolf. This is very much inspired by the James Arc Twilight build. Just I've made a couple personal mods. I took it out of Caius for the second Celestia. I'm still seeing how I like it. So far, it's been great. So. And Double Wolf is, I think, correct. You don't want a brick on running 3. These are the singletons. Staple, semi-staple. I think it's still good. It's a name. Aaron is your defense road, spinner, so it's good against several different set monsters in the format, like like a set dupe or whatnot, or goblin zombie, etc. Arcus MVP card.
Do you ever want to play more than one?
I honestly kind of do. I really do. I might consider maybe trimming out Aaron or something to the side, or Arcus is. This is a card I would consider going to 2 of for sure. Jane. So those are your Lightsworns.
They can't soul release your Lightsworns when you have Arcus, is that correct?
No, yeah, they can't target.
Yeah,
yep.
sick.
Arcus literally won me a game. I just summoned it, sat on it with an Honest in hand. Decks can't do it. So this is
one time I remember you. I had a Snowman Eater.
Yeah.
And you just attacked it with Arcus, and I had to pop my own Snowman
Eater.
You
do attack a Snowman, attack a Raikou. They can't Caius.
That's so funny.
Pretty good. Yeah. So we got the 2 main deck DD Crow, inspired by the James Arc deck. Basically, it makes Twilight work.
Yeah.
Because before this, it was considered the worst version of Lightsworn between Pure, Christia, Twilight, because it was just the least consistent. But being able to, on demand, put a Dark Engrave, being good against a majority of decks anyway, that you're already citing this, so maybe, right?
Yeah, makes sense.
And it works with, you're happy to mill it to facilitate your Sorcerer Dad. And it also makes Allure playable, whereas before Allure can often be dead. So all these things together makes the 2 main deck Crow good. And this is how I beat the Assault Mode guy. I crowed him both times. I just baited it out and
that feels so bad.
Yeah, that won the game. Yeah, won the game. Easy bomb. Sorcerer Dad, this is why you play Twilight.
Yeah.
Tragodia, Gores, these are really what makes this work. The Pure and the Christia decks that don't run these are much defensive. They are probably the most fragile decks in the format.
Yeah.
And this is what makes Twilight synergize into a more cohesive deck to play, because you have a couple defensive options. You're happy to mill these because you have these in the deck, whereas if you just throw Gores and Pure, you mill it, it doesn't do anything for you, right?
Yeah, sure.
So everything all together makes it functional. And of course you got the Necro, Plague, and Aranda Sangan.
Okay, so this is what, 9 Darks?
Yeah, this is the 9 Darks.
That feels good for the lure, 9 Darks?
It feels great for Allure.
Cool.
Yeah. And then your other cards, 2 Honest, Card Trooper, Staples. Alright, for the spells, you got your best cards of the deck.
Yes, sir.
You have your 3 recursion cards.
I think about to do
so
triple
no beckoning.
Monster.
No. So I mean, again, this is the James Arc idea, giving credit where it's due.
Yeah.
Fantastic, because these are faster than beckoning. These can also get dark monsters. It's a great top deck. Same thing with Avarice. It's recursion.
Yeah.
You put back your gas in the deck, Honest. You can put back your Gores and Trag and reuse them again. Things like that.
True.
So, yeah, it's pretty good. And then they have the Heavy and the Allure. So Allure is also that kind of the 4th draw card, or I guess 5th with Avarice, but it lets you get to these just a little bit better. So that's another plus for playing the Twilight version of it.
In this deck, when you're using Heavy, can you just describe some situations where you'd be using Heavy? Are you going for game usually when you play Heavy?
Either you're going for game, or you're really trying to establish mill. So you need a Heavy and just get a couple millers at Lumina play and just mill 6.
Okay.
And that's where you would want
So would you ever consider Cold Wave main instead of Heavy, or?
It's definitely an option for sure.
Yeah.
I'd have to really test it around.
Gotcha.
And lastly, Threatening Roar, Trapdoor Shoot.
Just 2? Wow.
Just 2, yeah. I mean, broken. And this card is, I was playing with 2 for a while, and I love the card. It's just when you draw the 2, it kind of sucks. But when you draw 1, it's great. And if you don't see it in the game, it's just a tech card, right? So I liked it as a singleton tech. It kind of makes up for Necrogardner being limited. Again, adds a bit more defense. And what's great about it is you can use it, you know, as a chainable card because you're not setting much, and it keeps your millers out. You want to mill, you know, you just want to mill.
True. Yeah, I was going to ask if you would consider Ballot Fader, but Threatening Roar keeps the monsters on the board.
Threatening Roar keeps the monsters on the field so I can mill more.
And then Celestia also.
So Celestia's live, you can keep your Card Trooper around to mill more, and I did that a couple games. And then Card Trooper can pop out the wolves, and
yeah,
cool. So, I'll go through extra really fast because it's just very generic, so. Boom, 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 boom. Stardust, Black Rose, boom, boom. Flamvel, this card's cool. I did burn with Tempest for game. Tempest is cool with Lila Blake. You know, you can okay with that.
Yeah.
Yep. That won me a game.
That's awesome.
Cataster, Android, Armory. I don't play Cyber Dragon anything, so I'm not bothered with Rarity.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Quick question about the main. How did you decide to play the ulti judgments instead of the secret ones? I know you like to go back and forth.
I do go back and forth, but Ultimate is my favorite Rarity. So,
yeah, for sure. They look
I just
good.
go back and forth just to, you know. So with I have a secret Dan also, so I know, flexing a little bit. All right, the side. So, here's my Blackwing side. So I have the triple consecrated 1-for-1. So this card's of course great against Blackwing. This card gets this out of the deck. Doesn't take up your normal summon, and you can also dump a Lightsworn name or a Necrogardner.
Or Dark, yeah,
or Dark, So this is what I do for Blackwings along with back row hate. I do side into the Christia package. This is where I differ from James Ark and them. So this was what I was playing before, right? In Christia Sworn. But I've learned that, especially as Twilight has become the best version of the deck, this is still...
You feel comfortable saying now that Twilight is the best version?
Yes, I do feel comfortable saying that.
Wow.
But here's the thing, I can play both.
Sure.
Like when the decks this is crazy against, like Frogs and Dragon Turbo. Just side into it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, just side into it. And then if you and against everything else, play Twilight. Yeah. So that's my thought with this. And this is also
best of both worlds.
This is also works with this. I can also side this independently from this if I don't want to like go into Christia, and this can be like a reincarn target or something. Like JD played this. They can't Gores or Vader or Trag. Which is great. So that was my thought.
Does whether you're going first or second come into play with how you side into this? Because like Herald of Orange Light, maybe if you're going.
Sure. If I need to negate something like right away, you know, that's where the Herald could come in. So it's matchup dependent, but I think a lot of people try to do a lot of cute things with Lightsworn sides. Like they'll tie things like Thunder King and other cards that are not part of your game plan. You know, I mean they can be individually good, but end of the day you want to mill and summon JD and like win. Right?
Yeah, and full transparency, like how much play testing do you have with this like smokescreen size strat? It's kind of
quite a
new.
bit. You know, it's very strong against Frogs.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, you just kind of side out like some of the dark stuff and a couple of the extraneous names, and there you go.
Nice.
And lastly, the back row hate, I have an Iron Wall, just as like a hoser against, you know, Soul Release and stuff. It's good against Vayu, and if they have Soul Release and Crow, it's great. And then my 3 back row hate, so I got one MC, 1 Decree, and 1 Trap Stun.
Interesting. Can you talk about like when you bring the Trap Stun versus the Decree? And
I
MST?
bring these in most of the time because I expect Light Mirror, and if they don't have Light Mirror, these are still probably value anyway.
Yeah, facts.
So that's kind of the way I think about it.
And like not having MST in the main, obviously one less card.
And then I'm not worried about Light Mirror game 1, so I don't need like non-engine in that sense, right?
Sure.
The deck wants, and again, that's kind of like, all right, I want to keep as much engine as possible, so I'm not doing the whole like my body, and I'm not doing like all those other kind of individually odd cards because I just want to keep engine.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Well, very cool. Congrats.
All right, thank you.